Honorable Vice President of India, Sri Venkaiah Naidu ji, Honorable Minister, Dr. Jitendra Prasad ji, Honorable Governor of Mizoram, Dr. P.S. Sridharan Pilla ji, Honorable CM of Mizoram, Sri Soram Tangaji, Sri Prafulla Ketkar ji, distinguished members of the audience. Today, the Honorable Vice President is releasing the beautiful poems penned by Dr. Sridharan Pilla ji, who has written a number of works in Malayalam, a large number of them poetry works. And Malayalam language has benefited greatly from his creative talent. Now it is a turn of English language, and he has penned this beautiful set of poems in English. And it's a fact that in the terms of the Irish poet and playwright Oscar Wilde, he is a person who creates happiness wherever he goes. So he, true to his amiable nature, positive spirit and outlook, erudite mind and poetic heart, he is creating happiness in Mizoram and to all his readers. There is a poem in this anthology, A Day Will Come, which aptly describes the poet himself. He writes, when you shun narcissism like a sight, when you smile in sorrow like a soldier, when you spread light for others like a firefly, you will know why you came here and what it all means. See the depth of these lines. Many a philosopher have sought the meaning of life, and many have resorted to logic to explain that meaning. But logic itself may not explain anything of this serious philosophical question, and it will not give any conviction. But when the poet speaks from the heart, it gives an answer, it gives a vivid answer which is convincing. So these lines embody the noble philosophy of the poet, but at the same time, it's a noble philosophy which the poet conveys to everybody who can follow. Now, this anthology has got a large number of pithy phrases and verses. There are a number of themes. One main theme is his love of Mizoram, its beautiful nature and people. His poems, as has been mentioned, is full of glimpses of nature. And in its varied and poignant manifestations, there is this poem which describes the beauty of Mizo land. He writes, the view from the top of the hill is enthralling, breeze tenderly carrying a beautiful perfume. Mizoram is northeastern beauty queen for certain. Historical hills beckoning me to their bosom. This is my prayer to you, my dear Mizoram. Caress my heart, keep caressing my heart. I am happy to note that the Mizoram has heard and granted his prayer, and that is why he has been able to pen these beautiful lines sitting there. Another theme emerging from his poems is his love for India and its treasured culture and heritage. There are a number of poems reflecting this theme. There is a poem about Palshi Raja, who was a legendary hero of Kerala, who fought the British and finally became a martyr in that struggle. And then there are poems describing the dharma of the country, and there are so many other relevant themes. There is a poem describing nature, about water and its importance, and how this powerful metaphor of water is translating into a natural theme in his poems. A number of poems like Pail of Water. And he is talking about his grandma, the generation which has a vision of this nature, the preserving nature, which is reflecting in his poems in many of his poems. So the reader can gaze at these poems, which are, there is a poem, a mustard seed. Gaze at the mustard seed, got a glimpse of the sea. The poems, these poems are also poetical mustard seeds. They will surely get a glimpse of the sea if we look at these poems. I wish the poet all the best and wish that more poems will emerge from his pen. Jai Hind. Thank you.